Yeah, you were telling me about how this spirituality works.
How spirituality works?
Yes. You were giving me
Um,
advices about how this science has built up, how we are humans, and you were quoting about the Leonardo da Vinci.
yes.
Tell me more about it.
Da Vinci had a very famous quote that I
Mm-hmm.
like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He would say, learn how to see how everything is connected to
Mm-hmm.
all.
Okay.
So, everything and all. Everything to me is a combination of single elements. So, you just take every single
So
elements.
like fire, wind,
No,
sky you're talking
not the
about?
nature elements, but
Okay.
just like small pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you put everything together,
Mm-hmm.
then you have the whole thing. That's all. So everything is when you see a combination of smaller pieces,
Okay.
and all it's when everything is connected becomes one.
Becomes one. Nicely.
So that's my personal interpretation of what Leonardo said.
Okay.
So what he's saying is when you look at something, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people just see a whole thing.
Okay.
Just see a thing and then think, oh yeah, yeah, I know about that. So they don't want to hear it and they just move on. The way I see it is whatever we do in life, we can communicate and help people see how
See.
it's just not a whole thing. It's one. It's not one thing, a generic,
Mm-hmm.
general thing.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see close,
Mm-hmm.
then you can see the single elements that will compose and make the whole thing, the combination, everything. So, for example, about generating content, right?
About generating content.
Content.
Right.
When you go to a museum
Mm-hmm.
and then you see a painting
Mm-hmm.
and you see, oh yeah, this is just a random painting.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go and there's always this little sign or little plaque
Yep.
that has the description
Yes.
explaining what's
This is made about.
yes. So when you read the description and explains, for example, this painting was the very last painting by this famous painter during World War II, right before his house was bombed by the Nazis or whatever.
Okay.
And then when you see that, you're like, whoa!
The
Now
whole
you
perspective changes.
changes. And
Okay.
when your eyes learn something new, the object you're looking at changes.
Okay.
So I think our purpose as communicators or generating content or for our own business or whatever we do is to help put little signs in people's lives.
Oh, that's very nicely. Like now you have just gave me one precious stone from the whole coastal bed, if I put it like that.
That's awesome. Yes.
Yeah, and it's very nice to know. Just one question, one last question I'll ask you. It's not about question, it's about the what do you think about us, about humans,
Hmm.
about our conscious, about our soul, about our inner self, how we should be in more peace with ourselves? Because okay, it's my friends, it's my wife, it's my family, it's my the whole colleagues. We can make peace with them by talking to them, right?
Yes.
By manipulating the situation, by handling the management kind of stuff. But how do we keep peace in ourselves? How do we love ourselves more with each day, so that at the end of the day we are the only one who's going to be with us,
Yes.
right? So how to make ourselves feel the most important creature of God or nature, like how to live within ourselves peacefully, blissfully, and gracefully.
I think the answer is understanding
Mm-hmm.
that we are all learning.
Okay.
There's this quote by a philosopher, and actually he used to come to India a lot, called Ramdas, that I like a lot.
Ramdas.
Ramdas, yeah.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah, I read
And,
about him.
and Ramdas, he says, well, he passed away, so he used to say, we're just walking
Hmm.
each other home.
We are just walking each other's home.
So
Okay.
all of humankind,
Hmm.
all of us, we are
Hmm.
just walking
Hmm.
each other
Hmm.
back home.
Okay.
So we are not here, we're not from here,
Okay.
we are just here. So, for example, I'm visiting the country in India. You're also visiting the country. So when we get here, the language is different. You can't read the signs,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes like you walk into a room with your shoes on,
Mm-hmm.
and you're supposed to take them off before you walk in. You're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Okay.
So okay, now I learned one more thing.
Oh.
And then the food is different, and the traffic is really different.
Yeah.
So once the very first day you get here, sometimes it could be overwhelming,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like there's so many signs and sounds and people doing things and everything. So it could be overwhelming,
Okay.
and sometimes people think, oh, I'm gonna go crazy, I can't stand this. So what I've learned in my personal experience in my 40 years of life is breathe, calm.
Okay.
Another day will come, and the next day will come. Like time never stops. So whatever you're going through right now, think you're just a visitor in a planet.
Okay.
Like we are in the country and everything is different. In this planet, things are different. And I believe our soul comes from different planets
Yes.
and different galaxies, and we're always looking for the next experience that will teach us what we need to learn. So
Nice.
for different reasons, we chose to be here now. Our conscious
Right.
chose to be here now. I like to think that we chose our family,
Yes.
we chose our country, we chose even like a physical disability if I have.
Right.
Some people think, oh, this is unfair. If you zoom out
Mm-hmm.
and you look from this endless perspective,
A huge prism.
huge, infinite
Infinite prism.
prism is infinite is a very large number,
Yeah.
right? So it's just one single second, like we'll pass very fast. So I like to think that we came here and now we're having fun,
Yeah, we do.
and life stops. We stop living when we stop having fun.
Oh, that's greatly said. Thank you so much for your valuable insight. And just while on the go, I really wanna apologize to you for the purpose of many a times it happens that foreigners visit this country, India. It's all our country, our beloved India. But many a time some mishappenings happens. Like some foreigners get looted, some foreigner gets misinterpreted, some like just for the purpose of making money, few people extort them. I
Yes.
really wanna say sorry on behalf of each one of us, and please keep visiting our India. It's our India. I'm not saying my India.
I
It's
understand.
our India. It's our country. We believe in the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means the world is one family.
Wow, nice.
Yes, and we are the children of one God.
Yes,
Nature, if you say.
yes.
Mahadev, if you say.
Mahadev. Oh,
Yes,
yes.
Shiva. So
Nice.
I really like to apologize to each one of you who are visiting India. And if some misinterpretation, some mismanagement, or anything, some which made you feel that, oh, I should not visit this country.
Oh, no, yes.
So I really want to apologize from every single each one of from the Indians, that we are very sorry for the misconvenience happened to you, and we would really like to offer you more than anything what we can offer.
That,
Just welcome in our country, stay peacefully, and yes, we are always helpful.
awesome. Thank you so much.
Namaste.
I appreciate Namaste.
Thank you
And I
so
receive it so
much.
much. And I
Yes.
love your country. That
Oh,
was the number one country me and my wife we wanted to visit.
okay.
So in our list,
Mm-hmm.
we needed to go to India. We need to go to India.
Mm-hmm.
So like our stay so far has been
Yeah.
amazing. Like nothing happened.
Yeah, it's Rio de Janeiro.
So yeah, that's one of the cities in Brazil. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. We love it. And I think my opinion is the Western world
Mm-hmm.
sees money
Mm-hmm.
as richness.
Capitalism, you can say.
Yeah, yeah, and because of the industrial revolution and everything,
Yeah.
we became very materialistic
Yes.
beings. And I think I don't see that.
In
I don't
India.
see money as richness. I see awareness as
Yes.
richness.
Yes.
And from that perspective, India is the richest country in the world that people can come and learn from. And if you go to a country, sometimes you can't take the money home with you.
Yeah.
But if you come to India, you would take richness with you when you go home. So everybody should come to India.
Very nicely portrayed. Again, once again, thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for
Thank you.
giving us your wonderful time.
Namaste.
Namaste.